Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check the video out. Going to give you my competition day report from here at Table Rock Lake. Had our first BFL Ozark Division tournament today. Going to let you know how my day went and how I caught the fish, and hopefully learned something from it. Learned how I caught them. Learned a little bit about seasonal patterns here on Table Rock Lake that you can apply to different lakes across the country. So we'll get into that in today's video. Also, guys, before we get started, I want to remind you real quick, guys, about the Solar Bat sale on my Signature Series sunglasses here. Solar Bat's got all month long. It's the get ready for spring sale, 30% off on the glasses. I'll put the link in the description if you guys would like to get you a pair, and much appreciated you guys checking those out. Okay guys, the BFL tournament, otherwise known as the Table Rock Spotlighters Benefit Tournament today. Guys, I think that literally I was the only dude in this tournament that caught bass that was not using the cheater box. When I put my fish back down in the live release tank, every single bass was floating up on their bellies because they were caught deep. Guys didn't know how to fizz them. There was a tub load of floating bass in there. I think mine were the only ones that actually swam down to the bottom. But this guy, I'm telling you right now, guys, all day long, sorry, a little noisy out here, guys are checking in. All day long, guys, I didn't see anybody that was not fishing 300 yards from the bank with their head looking down at that cheater box. Literally, I think I was the only person that I saw. Even with locals, the locals are out there doing it. All the local fishermen, every single person out there was using the dang spotlight. And that's sort of what Table Rock has become. Table Rock has just become a total spotlighters lake. So anyway, here's how it went for me today. Yesterday, I had my only day of practice, and I caught a limit of fish yesterday and a bunch of small keepers. It was sunny and windy and warm yesterday. And I was catching most of them on a spinnerbait and a crankbait, and I caught some on a chatterbait too, a couple on a jerkbait, just sort of a mixed bag. And I was really pretty confident today going out because the water really warmed up a lot yesterday, and I need that area that I was fishing way up the river in the dirty water, and I needed the sun, and I really needed that wind too to get those fish activated shallow. And of course, we get out this morning and it was cloudy all day long, and we didn't have any wind at all. It was calm all day. It was cold today too, so we didn't get any shallow water warmth. So anyway, I ran up there, pulled up on my first spot, and caught 3 or 4 non-keepers. A couple of them I had to put on the board. They were really close. And then about an hour into the day, I caught my first keeper of the day. That one came on a chatterbait, and pretty shallow water with that, and which was a really good sign. It was my best fish of the day. And then just throughout the day, I had a little milk run. I was running basically channel banks and bluffs, and I was catching a bunch of fish, but I just pick up a keeper here and there and catching a bunch of fish I'd have to put on the board, a lot of non-keepers. And as it wound up, guys, to make a long story short, by the end of the day, I only caught 3 keepers, had a bunch of short fish, a bunch of fish that almost measured, and only weighed in 3 fish today. Super disappointing. And what I wanted to do in this video to sort of help you guys learn from, me sucking today, if you're wanting to learn about how to catch bass traditional ways, because if you're wanting to know how they caught them here, it's just a rig and jig head minnow, with the cheater box. That's how every dang fish was caught here. So here's why I did not catch them today. Now, yesterday the fish were really active and they're biting pretty good, and bigger ones. But when you're dealing with cold, dirty water in the springtime, because the water visibility where I was fishing was about probably 1.5 feet, which is pretty dirty for this time of year, and the water temperatures were only in the upper 40s. So when you're dealing with those conditions, upper 40s, dirty water, it really, really helps if you got sun. You got to have sun to really activate those fish. We didn't have it, and what happens is anytime that you have dirty water and you got that off-colored water, a lot of times the small fish move up first, and that's what happened. Most of the fish that were up shallow in that zone of 5 foot or less they were 13, 14 inch fish. They weren't even keeper fish. We really need the sun to sort of heat that shallow water up, that dirty water up, to move those bigger females up. In retrospect, if I would have really been in tune with what I know about this lake and the weather, I would have abandoned where I fished yesterday, and I would have ran down to the lower end of the lake, and I would have thrown a jerk bait, because you can catch them on a jerk bait in cloudy, calm conditions on this lake this time of year. I've done it, hundreds of times, but I just kept thinking that if I was going to do good in this tournament against the spotlighters, I had to catch them in that off-color water, and that's why I really stayed with that spinner bait and that chatter bait. I was throwing a 3/4 ounce spinner bait with a number 6 willow leaf on it, a 1/2 ounce chatter bait. Actually, I was throwing the Earth Shaker bladed jig, and mixed it up a little bit. I caught a few on a Megabass X80 trick darter, caught some on a crankbait, caught some on that Megabass X Nanahan +2. But it wasn't the deal for today, man. It wasn't. And I knew at noon, I told my co-angler, I said, dude, this is going to be a Spotlighters benefit tournament today, because they had no wind and they had clouds, so they had perfect conditions to get out there in the middle of the lake and scope around. So sort of knew that was coming. Like I said, not real happy with my start to my season this year, but at least got some points for the regional there, which is going to be on Grand Lake. But anyway, I think, guys, looking back, the way that I was fishing here, we're about 2 weeks too early. If we would come back here in another 2 weeks when that water temperature's in the mid-50s, I really feel that would be the area to do well in. So just one of those deals, you have to learn from it, man. Can't get too bent out of shape about it. We got our next tournament is in 2 weeks back up at Lake of the Ozarks VFL, so gonna get focused on that one. But anyway, guys, really appreciate you tuning in for the pre-tournament reports. Like I said, hope that all the haters out there will probably really enjoy this one, because I've had 2 suck tournaments in a row. But anyway, I hope I can give you guys some good laughs about that anyway. So anyway, talk to you guys later. See you.